The least efficient low voltage halogen lamps are being phased out across Europe and LED replacement products are developing rapidly. I asked the Lux team whether these new LED products are really ready to fill the gap left by halogen.
The options currently are to take a reasonable quality MR16, so low voltage halogen, and just replace the existing halogen lamp. The issue with that is that you've then got to have compatibility with the transformer. Now, most manufacturers will claim compatibility, but if the lamp subsequently fails within a short period of time, there becomes the issue of whether it was the lamp that failed, whether it was the driver that failed, or a combination of the two things. So as an option, I would always recommend taking away the driver, taking away the halogen lamp, and putting in a GU10 LED with a new lamp holder wired straight to mains.
How often do you think that actually happens in practice?
I think in practice it would happen more if people selling LED thought about the application and processes they were going through. The reality is most specifiers, if they're faced with the issue of a low voltage halogen, will simply take one of the manufacturer's promoted MR16s, replacement lamps, LED, and just put them in.
What's the quality like of the LED products that are available now to replace low voltage halogen?
The quality today, we're really talking at least generation 4, perhaps generation 5, particularly on the GU10 lamps, is now at a point where I think most people can undertake a retrofit scheme and not be overly concerned about the final lit effect. There are obviously caveats to that because sometimes you actually genuinely need the light levels, but generally speaking, if we kind of look at the way we lit space 2, 3, even 4 years ago, the space tended to be overlit anyway.
What about the option of getting a whole new LED luminaire?
Clearly that's a sensible option to at least evaluate. The cost of a new LED luminaire of a quality is always going to be that much higher than an existing product. And you have got the issue of installation in terms of cutout sizes and everything else. However, you do have the benefit that you can actually do a check on the lighting scheme and actually make sure that you're lighting the application and not simply changing a lamp.
You can use low voltage halogen in lots of different sorts of applications, of course. Are the LED products available now ready for all of those?
That's a good question. One, we can certainly replace 20 and 35 watt halogens. The output from the LEDs can certainly match those. We're not quite there in terms of the 50 watt yet. And so what that means is if you want to light your face, for example, or you want to light a painting or spotlight something on the wall, there's absolutely no problem in using an LED replacement for the halogen. On the other hand, if you're trying to light a smallish space with 50 watt halogens and you want to put LEDs in there, you might have to put a few more LEDs in there if the illumination level overall is critical.
Apart from saving energy, what are the considerations that you need to keep in mind when you're considering replacing low voltage halogen with LED?
Well, one of the first things, of course, is colour rendering. Everybody likes tungsten halogen because of the good colour rendering properties. But of course, it's not very good at the blue end of the spectrum. People like halogen because it's good for skin tones and things like that. But if you actually want to look at blues, if you're comparing blue shirts or blue clothing, for example, then you might want a better colour rendering source which has got more blue in it. And certainly LEDs are full of blue, and so you can get, if you like, more suitable colour rendering than tungsten halogen would.